Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're zeroing in on one specific ship, the SCV-70 White Base, but strictly the version we see in Mobile Suit Gundam, the Origin.
Right, we're looking at how the Origin portrays its creation, its tech, weapons, its journey, and, who and what it carried.
Exactly. Our mission, basically, is to unpack what makes this Federation assault ship special in this particular timeline. It's quite a reimagining.
It really is. So in the Origin, the White Base rolls out as the first Pegasus-class assault ship for the Federation, designed specifically for mobile suit operations, right around UC-00079.
Just as the one-year war kicks off, and it was their answer to Zeon's early MS lead, tasked with getting those Project V prototypes back.
That was the crucial initial mission, and its design was, well, pretty unique. Those huge MS decks up front, the engines way back. Zeon even called it the Trojan horse.
Makuba kind of hints that it's hiding something powerful.
Definitely. He wasn't just a carrier, it was a mobile base. The legs held the hangars, the maintenance bays, the launch catapults.
And initially it was disguised, like a civilian ship.
Yeah, for the trip to Side 7, it even had retractable weapons to keep up the facade. Originally conceived more like a space cruiser, but adapted.
Those side decks doubled as the electromagnetic catapults, right? Launching multiple suits.
3 suits each, plus space for 2 more prepping on the catapults themselves. But the real tech marvel was the Minovsky craft system.
Ah, okay. What did that allow it to do? That was the atmospheric flight thing, wasn't it?
That and more. Anti-gravity flight, sustained low-altitude flight on Earth, and crucially, escaping Earth's gravity well without external boosters. A total game changer.
Plus retractable wings and even the bridge retracted for re-entry. That integration of MS facilities and the Minovsky craft, that must have been a huge tactical advantage for the EFF.
A direct response to Zeon's mobile warfare. But it wasn't perfect. Rambaral famously pointed out a weakness.
The stern, right. Limited defensive coverage back there.
Exactly. But they addressed that. After the White Base limped into Jaburo, the EFF underground HQ, it got a major refit.
Armor upgrades.
Yep, especially around vulnerable spots like the back of the bridge. And they seriously beefed up the armament.
So it started with, like, retractable cannons and AA guns.
Retractable twin megaparticle cannons in the side shields, loads of pop-up anti-aircraft autocannons, and some missile launchers. Standard stuff, almost.
But post-Jaburo.
Big changes. A powerful, non-retractable twin megaparticle cannon right on the main deck. Another smaller beam turret behind the bridge.
And something for that weak spot Rambaral found.
A dedicated 4-barreled megaparticle cannon system mounted right on the stern. Plus revised AA placements and even depth charge launchers for anti-sub work on Earth. It became a proper warship.
Quite the evolution. Okay, so its story in the Origin kicks off just after the Antarctic Treaty, heading to Side 7 under Captain Cassius.
With Dr. Temray, the Gundam's designer, aboard. But their arrival coincided with Char Azimbul's surprise attack on September 18th.
Chaos! Cassius injured, and suddenly young Bright Noah is in command.
Of a crew mostly made up of cadets, technical staff, and civilian refugees. And a Muro raid jumps into the Gundam by accident.
Talk about a trial by fire. Constantly hunted by Zeon, dealing with aces like Char, Garma, Rambaral, the Black Tri-Stars.
But they somehow persevered. That journey from Side 7 to Jaburo really forged the crew. Showed the ship's resilience and Amuro's potential.
Reaching Jaburo was the turning point, allowing for those vital repairs and upgrades. Then it was back into the fight.
Often leading charges or acting as a decoy. A key asset for the Federation from then on.
And the crew, besides Bright, we had operators like Marker and Oscar. What about the mobile suits in the Origin?
Well, Amuro in the RX-7802 Gundam, obviously. But 4 RX-77 gun cannons, piloted by Kai, Hayato, and others more than usual.
4 gun cannons, interesting.
3 gun tanks, too. Later, they likely got GMs, maybe the long-range or custom types, and they even captured a Zaku's II at one point.
Shows how desperate they were for parts sometimes, and core boosters instead of G-fighters.
Right, the FFX-7 Bruce core boosters for support, plus the core fighters for the main Project V suits.
So wrapping up, the White Base in the Origin is really the symbol of Federation resilience, more than just metal.
Its design was a leap forward, combining MS ops and that Minovsky atmospheric flight. The Trojan horse nickname was earned.
Carrying those prototypes and that unlikely crew, it became legendary. The post-Jaburo version solidified it as a true flagship.
The Origin presents it as this incredibly adaptable, pivotal vessel.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How one piece of tech may be unexpectedly tough and a group of people pushed to their limits can completely change the game in a huge conflict. What other small factors could have that kind of impact, maybe in situations we haven't even considered? Something to ponder. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.